Lucina, I'm not going to tell you too much about that matchup other than it's not too great for Ness. Ness
Yeah.
can get edge guarded. Lucina's floaty. A lot of her aerials are landing and very safe on shield, so Ness's out of shield game is going to get mitigated. We're going to see a more projectile heavy Ness probably come out of PkChris, but also I want to note that PkChris has Mr. E in his region, and they play a lot. They played in so many grand finals. Last time I believe that Chris was telling me yesterday that last time him and Mr. E played, he had actually 3-0'd him. So this man is no stranger to this matchup.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, I know it feels kind of passe to, you know, talk about, oh, Lucina, all the sorties, they just, quote, destroy Ness. But, like, the meta has been just going on for so long. I was really wondering if, like, there were, like, maybe changes in the meta or, like, how this is kind of, like, working out for them as a matchup. But, yeah, if you're saying he's, like, got a whole bunch of sets with Mr. E, then, yeah, this is someone that is, like, obviously glad that matchup a lot. But also Lucina, Roy, the sorties are really common, too. So it's easy to get that matchup practice.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, if your character struggles against top tiers, which luckily Ness does struggle against, like, not too many top tiers, but Lucina's definitely within that camp. I feel like you're going to be getting a lot of matchup experience because the meta has been developing for so long now. You learn how to develop counterplay against these matchups that are bad, you know?
And right now, I actually would expect PkChris to be kind of like dominating the airspace with those aerials, but or Dylster to be dominating the airspace with those aerials. But it looks like PkChris is just kind of outmaneuvering him, doing a lot of like retreating nairs, trying to like bait him to like force his way in with the forward air and getting a lot of punishes for it.
If you recall correctly as well, Dylster actually is in loser's bracket to the hands of Atata, another fantastic Ness player as well. So, man, looking for a little bit of redemption right here, but excellent drag down up there into grab. So for those of you who don't know, the higher percent you are, the more susceptible to multi-hits into grab being actually a true combo. So Dylster cannot get hit by any falling bears, but that nair is going to be more than enough to finish it off.
Yeah, that nair has been really dominating at the beginning of the set so far. Great tech from PkChris, but Dylster with the back air just to seal things out. Really smart stuff. Excellent coverage, and really making sure that PkChris has no comfort when it comes to getting back on the stage.
Oh yeah, for real. And guys, I want to note, all these sets are best of 5, so we're going to be seeing so much insane Smash action today. This is just the start of it.
Okay, now we're starting to see Dylster like adapt a little bit. He's kind of just like waiting and letting PkChris jump first, which I think is how Lucina starts to like kind of snowball in this matchup, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's how a lot of characters snowball in the matchup as well. You're going to mostly wait for Ness to really take the first swing most of the time, and you're going to try to keep out of his effective range, which Dylster's honestly been doing a fantastic job of so far.
Also, from watching the sets yesterday, he is not afraid to dolphin slash. If your combo is not 100% true, you are eating that up beat every single time. I watched it over and over again with the set with Iconics yesterday.
And you're seeing Chris is actually respecting that too. Every time Chris has nailed a PK Fire in Dylster, he's getting close, but not too close because you can dolphin slash out of the PK Fire in his run. It doesn't put you in a tumble, so Lucina can smash.
Oh yeah, that's really important to know too. Oh, I like that. That was an extremely well-spaced forward air. PkChris was looking to find maybe a bear or a nair to like seal that second stock, but Dylster drifting away and keeping the pressure on was really smart.
I know this set is on a razor's edge at this point. Both of them are pretty even, Steven. Chris trying to get off the ledge here. Re-grab is going to come out as well, so Dylster's gearing up for it. Chris trying to mix up all he can. Actually had invincibility there.
I like that. Dylster just trying so hard not to give PkChris any room out of the corner. PkChris finally finding a forward air and finding his way back to the center of the stage. And both these stocks are like 10% apart. I cannot call who's going to take it in. PkChris finds the back air, giving himself a very, very marginal lead.
Yeah, Lucina's tilts. What? Pretty good. I just got to do the if you got a DP, use it, yo. You got your Dollar Tree DP, you got to use it.
The Dollar Tree DP. So true.
All right, so again, Chris so tricky on the ledge, but Dylster not biting. That man's patient. He might be a great fisherman.
Yeah, he might be. Yeah, he's very patient. But yeah, completely even. That's really funny that they ended up losing to a Tatty yesterday. So of course, if Dylster, one of the strongest Lucinas we've seen in this event, ends up going down to double Ness, that would be really strange.
Oh yeah, but a Lucina player definitely. You got to go back to the chalkboard on that one.
Oh, he's finding those PK fires. He's doing a good job of going for like that full hop angle PK fire around the platform, so it's harder for Dylster to get a punish even if he like calls it out. And that spacing has been really detrimental to what Dylster wants in neutral.
Not going to do it just yet, though, but a lot of damage being tacked on. We saw it, too, yesterday with Dylster set against the Tata. When the Ness player gained the momentum, that's when Dylster really started to struggle and disadvantage. But we're already seeing a little bit of a comeback mounted. How does Ness land? That was really tricky.
Oh, yeah. Definitely mixing up with the side B. No air dodge coming from Dylster. Got to be careful. Avoiding the tail. Really smart stuff that would have killed. But from coast to coast, the back air from PkChris is going to do it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Chris doing a fantastic job that game 1. That back air is such a stable win condition for Ness. You know, I mean, Ness has win conditions at the wazoo in terms of literally all of his moves could potentially take a stock. Even some of the weird ones like F-tilt. F-tilt being a really strong move as well to take stocks is also insane.
The first time I died to F-tilt, I was like, I hate this. I was just like, he doesn't need it. Like, why is this here too? But yeah, that was a really solid set. We were talking about momentum earlier. Ness is a way more drastic character with momentum, like you said. He has these crazy, insane, like, Twitter clip combos. Lucina, on the other hand, she's more like, she's going to kind of, like, out-neutral you to death. Like, she might pop off for, like, 3 or 4 hits at most, but it's definitely not to the same speed as Ness.
That's the thing. The punish game for her is, like, more of a flow state thing a lot of the time. Like, if she finds the right conditions in the right situation, she'll be able to move seamlessly, but it's all freeform, I feel like. You know, not a lot of your combos are going to be super-duper true because she's kind of a chip 1-2 hit character. She's a fantastic edge guarder too, but PkChris is always moving, not really getting locked down and shield a lot. So Dylster's not really having too many openings to knock Chris off stage, and more opportunities to do ledge trapping.
Yeah, we haven't seen any scenarios where he tries to run out there and like counter the PK Thunder or anything of that nature. He's just been playing really solid.
I want to note Chris's ledge trapping here too. He is just calling out all of these options off the ledge from Dylster right now. But Dylster in a very favorable position. Chris trying to land on stage and actually manages to time the air dodge correctly.
Ooh, nice. Air dodger through that forward air. Really crucial. That would have sent PkChris at a terrible angle. But the patience from Chris is going to come through. Dylster rising up that forward air just to get it punished. Barely able to make it back with those magnet hands. But again, another back air to the face.
One option we haven't seen, Chris has been shielding quite a bit when he is ledge trapping, just to call out any aggressive options from Dylster. I want to see Dylster maybe try to do like a jump from ledge shield breaker. It might be too much to do, a little too fancy. It is a little bit of an inherent risky option, but he's just been getting called out every single time off the ledge.
You know what? I kind of want to see it because, like, you know, you do something like that, even if it doesn't work, it's going to keep your opponent on your toes and be like, yo, I need to chill. Like, you know, you have to respect if something like that is going to happen.
Still doing a good job so far, but Dylster finally in the driver's seat trying to find this edge guard
and
actually getting the low. That was a dare, I believe, coming off the ledge right there by Dylster. Nice. That's cool.
Yeah, I was talking with Censored about it yesterday, and he was like, oh, Lucina doesn't have that crazy explosive kill power that, you know, some of the super top tiers do, like, you know, Steve and Kazuya. And I was like, yeah, till you see a drop zone back here. That move is insanely strong.
She's just a character that rewards such a solid set of fundamentals as well. Like, if you're looking for a smash, quote-unquote, character, Lucina's definitely, like, that and more. I'd say she's, like, probably one of the best, like, fundamentally based characters in this game.
And there's really nothing, like, wrong with Lucina either. There's no, like, big glaring weaknesses where Lucina struggles.
I think it's the only thing is that she kind of struggles to land a little bit sometimes, and she is a bit floaty. But other than that, like, she's a really solid character. There's a reason why players like Mr. E and Proto Banham are doing so well with this character.
Oh, my God. I love Proto Banham's Lucina. That's one of my favorite people to watch, like, period, in all of Smash. Oh, nice double parry coming from PkChris.
Yeah, he loves that. He loves the parries. And he's a very reaction-based player, too, which is probably aiding him in a lot of his ledge trap situations as well. That being said, Dylster being really tricky with the timings here on these landings.
Ooh, nice down tilt. Gonna reset the situation again. And the counter.
Oh, no. Actually gave up ledge for that one as well. Landing counter is tough because if Ness is going straight up, you're usually not going to tend to hit it unless it's towards the end of it.
He definitely came with like a little bit of a weirder angle than Dylster was looking for too.
Ness has good intangibility. The only time you really want to counter is like if Ness has to recover from like diagonally off the stage as well, not straight up. Straight up usually isn't susceptible to countering. Oh, he re-grabbed.
Yeah,
yep, and that's gonna be a stock eaten up right there.
Yeah, he knew he was done too. He kind of delayed it a little bit. He's like, well, that's my funeral on that side.
Yeah. Might as well put the all-black Lucina skin on.
Exactly.
All right, though. Chris not looking a little worse for wear as well. 164 on the stock, and Dylster's just trying to find the golden ticket here.
And you see Dylster, like, he's getting these down tilt punishes, and they can lead to a lot. Oh, but the dare, the horizontal knockback on dare actually is going to give him that stop.
That was like the safest one he could have gone for, too, because it's like the biggest lingering aerial Lucina has, and if he does it inward, it's going to hit. That was really close.
Also, as I said earlier, we saw that Dylster is not afraid to Dolphin Slash, but PkChris has picked up on when he's going to do it pretty hard. I think he's 0 for 2 in this specific game for getting those Dolphin Slashes at a disadvantage. Chris has just done a really good job of like backing off as soon as he thinks he's going to do it and then just extending his combos further.
All right, though, Chris just trying to find the perfect opportunity to get in, but Dylster actually drawing first blood, and Ness in this ledge trap situation is tough, but the PK Flash quickly coming out and dissipating some of that pressure at the ledge.
Look at you, word of the day, dissipating. I like that.
That's
I like that,
one, right?
man. Yeah.
I read the thesaurus for fun.
You read the thesaurus for fun. Panda Global's Eminem over here.
10 bars, 10 seconds.
It's an awfully hot coffee pot. But right now, it looks like Dylster back in the driver's seat, finding a lot of these dares off and on stage, really keeping PkChris on his toes there.
For real, Chris is having such a tough time getting off the ledge. Now Dylster actually backing off, respecting it. Dylster looking so good, though, playing way more reserved than before, and it's definitely showing some visible frustration with Chris, but actually finding the one grab. Chris has not, I feel like, found a grab this entire game so far, but found that one right there.
Oh, man, things are dicey.
That's it, I think. Yeah.
Oh, man, that back air really came out of nowhere. He was in, like, a weird spot. Lucina was just shielding underneath him, just looking for something, kind of sharking around, looking for, like, maybe an up tilt or an up air, but PkChris spaced that back air really clean.
That move is just a shotgun blast, and it's probably how we're going to see most of these games end, or rather how we have seen most of these games end so far. You know, it's one of Ness's best moves. You can do it, have a short hop. Basically has the power of a shotgun and a smash attack.
Yeah, honestly,
built in
right.
one. And so we might be seeing the switch. So I want to make note that before I think Dylster picked up Lucina, he was actually a heavy character specialist, a super heavy specialist. So he has a good Donkey Kong, a good DDD, and I'm curious to see if we're going to see him switch to a more comfortable character. I think after processing all the data of fighting a Tata and then fighting Chris, maybe he's like, let me go back to my roots. But I agree with this. You got to stick to your guns. Lucina is the stronger character in this matchup. You just have to use all of this as data, really, for improving yourself in the future.
Yeah, I was going to ask. I'm like, I would imagine Ness does really well against the heavies, yeah, I would assume.
He kind of slays most of them.
Yeah.
Pretty convincingly. There's a couple other difficult ones like DD, but like characters like DK mess things up.
All right, I like the patience for PkChris. He's so, it's funny, you were talking about how like Lucina's like a flow state character, like she doesn't have to go super hard, but she can, you know, just keep resetting neutral and like winning it over and over again.
Yeah.
But we're seeing that from PkChris actually. He's like waiting on Dylster to land, he's getting re-grabs, he's sneaking in a forward air for this edge guard currently. Yeah, this is looking really tough for Dylster. But these games have been so close. I know he can do this, but Chris has just had the edge so far.
Chris has been patient. I feel like he's doing a really good job of not biting off more than he can chew. He's just getting his safe damage out there and is completely comfortable with resetting neutral. I think Battlefield is also phenomenal for it because you have those double jump PK fire cancels unlocked, meaning you have a solid zoning tool to maybe force Dylster's hand on approaching here. Big whip.
Scary stuff.
Oh, yeah. I've never been more terrified of a kid walking the dog in my life.
Exactly. Every yo-yo is scary. Go look at Brisket and Guilty Gear. You see it. You see it. Also, we had Guilty Gear at Riptide. Low-key, if I wasn't so busy, obviously doing this, I'd have entered. But anyway, great work from Dylster, taking the first stock, getting the first lead, finally, finding that double jump up air. Really smart stuff using the top Battlefield platform to extend.
Yeah, both these two not wanting to just enter until there's effective range. No, we're just seeing, this is like one of the matchups where Ness is like fully forced to just play as much neutral as he possibly can. And yet, normally you're going to see him, you know, try to go in, try to get that explosive punish game off, but you have to respect Lucina's range. You have to respect her aerials.
Yeah, you saw it right there. He parries that neutral air, but she's drifting back. It's spaced so perfectly. There was nothing he could have pressed to actually got a punish for it. All right, Dylster really coming alive. I want to see like a big, like exaggerated edge guard from Lucina, because that's one of the places where this matchup gets tough for Ness, is that it's so hard to get back to the stage. But so far, PkChris, for the most part, has gotten back pretty simply, I would say.
I think Dylster's just being really pragmatic right now. Like he's just using the most logical option every single time. He's not trying to overextend in a lot of his punishes or edge guards right now, and it's getting him this extra mileage on Chris. Really good nair from ledge. I don't think that's an option we've seen yet from Dylster.
No, you're right. He was kind of spacing out those spares before, and PkChris had picked it up. But it looks like it's a lot harder for him to punish neutral air so far. Oh, there's that shield break you were talking about.
Oh,
wait, what?
He pushed him off the ledge. He pushed him off the ledge.
Mama, no.
I don't know how that happened.
It.
That was a huge opportunity for Dylster to extend the lead, but actually going to get benefit. Really smart on Chris, too, for using PSI Magnet there, because it does have a win box on it, so it pushes you back a little bit. So that's really smart.
Man, that's so funny. PkChris gotta get some shout-outs to Santa Maria or something for that one. Like, he was
better
super
go to
dead.
Atlantic City after this one, bro. Hit the lotto. Oh, that might be it. This might be it for this stock right here, but no. Actually going to opt for the fair for just that safe damage instead of going for the bat.
So my favorite thing about that is that everybody, you, me, and both of them know that she can up B at her disadvantage.
Yeah.
But PkChris, instead of trying to like force a forward smash or a back air, just let her look for the opportunity to up B, and then she just sat in PK fire for the full time anyway.
Yeah. And after that, with Shield Breaker, this has been a complete reversal of fortune right here for PkChris. And now seeing the lead comfortably once again. That's the scary thing about Lucina, man, is that she's a character that plays heavily on execution, just basic execution, how well you can execute the decision you're making in your head. And that can be tough because when your character's entirely reliant on execution for neutral, punish game, everything, where you can't really autopilot any facets of it, it can be a real strain on the mental, and there will be mistakes that happen. Even the best players make mistakes with this character.
Yeah, and honestly, that shield break mistake was so tiny. But Dylster looking unfazed. Evening stocks, once again, we are down to our last stock, but will Dylster be able to cinch out the round?
We'll see. I mean, we've seen clutch moments and potential from Dylster before. It just hasn't been capitalized on just yet. And he is more than definitely respecting PkChris right now. Okay, though, this is how we get it all started right here.
Literally 0.3% separating them. This could not be much closer.
For real, we're just seeing blow for blow, a real slobber knocker unfolding right now between these two. This is going to be tough, though. Oh, actually poking with that. This is huge. What a tech chase by Chris right there with the dare. The damage just keeps going.
And this is what we're talking about. Like, Lucina's only real flaw feels like trying to land. And PkChris is just taking so good advantage of that. I like that Dylster has, like, opted to not just innately go for that up B. He's definitely, like, figured out PkChris' conditioning. But he's still spending so much time in the PK fire. He's still kind of taking a lot of damage no matter what he does.
All right, though, Chris opting to recover high. Big back air from Dylster. Is Chris going to recover low? Yeah, he's opting for it all the way out there. Trying to shoot out these PK flashes to make Dylster respect him. How do you get off the ledge against Lucina?
Oh, my God.
Dylster just keeps giving it up, though. Like, I feel like he could stand to be doing more fairs in place, but as soon as Chris gets back on stage, he just disengages completely and actually gives up center stage as well.
Yeah, I think that's such a small error, but you're right. It does keep working out in PkChris' favor.
And showing fear, you know, you want to be as confident as possible. Even on game point, you want to be going for broke, but that back air is going to be clutching it out for Dylster right there. And my boy's shaking his head. I think he knows how many mistakes he's making right now. But your boys are cheering for you. You just got your first game. My man looks like he had 10 years taken off his life just now.
He does.
He looks like he's ready to go in the retirement home.
You see PkChris looking at the camera like, man, I don't know how that shit happened.
He's looking serious. He's looking locked in. He's almost unamused in a way, I feel like.
He's like, nah, I'm built different. We don't do that here. Nah. Getting a punish from having your shield broken is insane, even if it was like 4%, just on paper. But yes, Dylster finally is able to seal the round out. I will say, obviously, I want to see like the big edge guards from Dylster in this matchup, but PkChris has done a really good job. The way he's stalling like PK Flash and the way he's like really mixing it up, whether he's going to actually recover with up B versus air dodge. It does look tricky.
It's been keeping the edge guards minimal too. Like Dylster is almost forced to respect, you know, what he doesn't know. Like I think Lucina can probably just fast fall and go out there and get him if he's doing all this crazy stalling. But at the same time, I think he's trying to respect just in case he gets counter hit and is put in a bad situation. But now, game number 4 coming out right here. Chris still, I mean, you saw it in the post game right there. He is oozing confidence today.
Yeah,
like, if you've ever spoken to Chris or know about him, he is a very, very confident player. You know, both in personality and just in gameplay. Like he makes matchups that look very terrifying for Ness. Not really much of a problem with how actually patient he is. Like, yeah, he's pressing a lot of buttons. He's doing it while camping. He's kind of camping aggressively, almost trying to bait you. Like, haha, I'm just a masher. You got to hit me.
Man, speaking of you got to hit me, he is 85% uncontested. PkChris looking one interaction away from making this a 0 death, and he's re-grabbing the ledge. Risky stuff there. PkChris not taking the bait and getting hit by the extra hitbox on that Dolphin Slash and kind of extends forward. But yeah, barely been tagged in this first stop. And he takes it with the up smash.
What a call out.
Yes, excellent call out on that jump right there.
It's insane, though, because this is such a fat lead for Ness to have in this matchup, even though one edge guard can seal his fate. But I don't know, Dylster's looking, you know, not as confident as he was, I feel like, last game thus far, jumping a lot into the burst range of PkChris, and he's getting called out for it super hard, but we are seeing the juggling start to come out. I think Dylster just has to keep tracking PkChris. You have to keep trapping those air dodges and keep sharking those landings. And I feel like Dylster's finding himself in the air above Chris way more than he wants to.
Yeah, this is really running away hard. I like resetting Chris in the air with those up tilts. That's really smart, but man, already at 80%. It started off so rough on that first stock. He's got to at least take this one to kind of like, you know, stop some of the momentum and maybe take a little bit of that confidence away from PkChris, if it's even possible.
Yeah, I agree. The bleeding just needs to stop right now. My man's bleeding on the battlefield. There's no medic to be found anywhere. Your cleric is gone. It's just you.
Help! Like, it's looking rough. I like it going for the down tilt, trying to punish the roll in, but not going to find it. And here we go, another really tricky recovery from PkChris. I want to see what Dylster can start doing about this.
I love how deep he's going as well. I feel like Dylster almost has to match that in essence, just kind of float off the stage with Chris. But Chris is also using like his magnet movement very ambiguously, so like Dylster's not sure how hard he should pull the trigger in these situations. I feel like you just got to go for it though. You're down so much at this point. You're already on kill percent. One back air or up air might seal your fate here.
Yeah, we also just saw that PkChris rolled out twice on that down tilt tech chase situation, so maybe Dylster can maybe if he ends up forcing it again, maybe he'll get like a big read on it, you know? It could be a habit he's exposing, I don't know.
It could be. I feel like one thing Chris, you know, has been doing is kind of keeping himself safe. It's making it very, he's making it almost as frustrating for Dylster to get in as it is for Chris to get in on Lucina. But, you know, again, I feel like it's just that confidence right there.
Man, we are hearing a lot of noise from the crowd.
There's a lot of hooting and hollering out there for sure.
Hooting and hollering and shenanigans and hootenanny, if you will.
Hootenanny.
A whole lot of brouhaha, honestly. Yeah, you guys probably can't hear it on the mic, but just know that the crowd is starting to really come alive, even as early as it is, only about like 11, 20 in the morning.
And that's crazy. I feel like not a lot of people. Oh, there goes the dare. That is a true combo right there. Dylster's going to fall. Chris proceeding further into the bracket here today over Dylster. And yeah, that was crazy, yeah. Left that in the back pocket for the very end, too. So for those of you who don't know, if you do nail that like slightly charged PK flash to catch the jump, Ness has a free instant double jump into down air. And that's just going to take that right there. And Chris is just sitting there.
Yeah, I saw Tata win a set the exact same way. PK flash to down air in the final game, kept it secret that entire time. It's one of those things where like it hits you once, you're like, all right, never again. But you have to remember that it's there. And when you're at like the end of game 4, you know, great time to throw stuff like that out.
For real. And
but yeah,
just see the relief on Chris's face too in the roaming cam. Like he is so relieved that he's able. It's not easy because the last thing you want to do on loser side, you finally make it to day 3. You know, it's because a lot of these players have not made it to day 3 before because a lot of tournaments reserve day 3 for strictly top 8. So when you have 48 competitors making maybe their first day 3 of all time, that puts a lot of pressure on you. That puts a lot of nerves on you. You don't know exactly, you know, how to process it all, but I think Chris is just relieved he didn't go out right away, you know?
Yeah.
Trying to kind of break the guard here of Midwest because Chris, albeit a fantastic player, and he is PR'd in New York, but I believe last season he was ranked like 10th or on the lower side.
I mean, that's still good.
It's still good, but especially for New York. Like, that's one of the hardest states to get
New York is crazy hard. And also, while you're talking about day 3, this ain't even no regular boring venue. This ain't no Howard Johnson in the middle of nowhere. The Kalahari has a lot to do. I know I've spent a lot of time hanging out in the hot tubs, hanging out in the lazy river, living my best life out there, you know. So I imagine these players, it probably does get a little draining being here for this long. So either way, shout outs to Dylster, though. I think he played it really well. He just couldn't really, like that explosiveness we were seeing from PkChris, every time he would get something in advantage, he couldn't really keep up and match that momentum. I think that's what it really ended up being.
Yeah, it's true. I think just the tidal wave of Chris's punish game just overwhelmed him. I think that's a perfect way to describe it, honestly, Sai.
But and fitting for the event, of course, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Riptide, you know, you can't get dragged under by the undertow, bro. You gotta have your floaties on. It's sink or swim out here. And speaking of sink or